if this video gets 500 likes, I'm going back to Marceau and he's gonna tattoo a fish on me. I don't know what fish or what it'd be. I think I'd leave it up to him. You know,
it'll be this yellowtail
in this in the artist's hands.
But it'll be the picture of me holding it up, smiling.
He's gonna do a whole portrait of himself with that one tiny fish. What's up, everyone? Joe back with Grill Joe's Barbecue. I've got a special guest today with me. This is Marceau. He owns Anchor and Rose Tattoo in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where I've gotten pretty much all my work done. This whole sleeve has been done by one of the guys in his shop. He's done my wedding ring tattoo, and then he just did my frog gun tattoo on my calf. If you see my Instagram, he did that one. He's a big fisher, so I wanted to get him over. He caught all this stuff. He goes out to California every year, does a big fishing trip, so he brought a bunch of saltwater fish. I've never cooked it before, so he's gonna kind of show us the ropes. We're gonna be doing some fish tacos with these cuts. What are these ones here?
This is some beautiful yellowtail. We got some loin. I also have some off of the belly, some belly meat that we can medallion out for some beautiful fish tacos. It's a real good versatile fish. It's great for smoking. It's great to eat just raw. So what we'll do here is take our trusty bath. Very important, this is saltwater fish. Very important that all saltwater fish never touches tap water, fresh water. It's not meant for it. It messes up the integrity, the texture, makes it mushy. It's no good. So we're just simply going to turn fresh water into salt water with the classic Morton's. The ratio of this is kind of I haven't figured out the exact science, but what it is, the science, is you want it to dissolve in cold water enough of it to dissolve,
Okay.
but leave a little bit of granule. If you see a ton, it's you made it too salty. If you see none, you haven't made it salty enough.
Okay.
So you want to make this a salt water that just has, you can see a little bit of salt here and there.
And this is why I wanted to start doing a series like this, because I've never cooked saltwater fish before. So when he gave me this, originally I was just gonna cook this myself. I would have just washed it in the water and cooked it how I normally cook. So.
And normally when you're buying your fish from your trusted store, your fishmonger has already prepared it this way. Mm-hmm. When you get it home, just like your chicken, don't wash it, just cook it.
Yeah, that's normally how I do it. You see all those videos online like, you don't wash your chicken? Like, no. It's getting cooked at 250 degrees. It's gonna be 160 internal. It's gonna be fine.
I'm not spreading salmonella all over my kitchen. That's
exactly
not how I'm rolling. Okay, now we're gonna see what the salt looks like in here. So let's
get this fish head out of the way. Oh. Then you want it colder to start? This was like lukewarm to thaw out.
Yeah, lukewarm's fine. We are gonna add some ice. Yeah, you can still see a little at the bottom.
Yeah.
When I'm stirring there, that's what we want.
Perfect.
That is perfect. Add the ice. Sorry, I got kind of stuck in my process here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, all right, now I'm ready. All right, so trusty Dexter.
I need to get me a good
7-inch. I love this thing.
I bet that'd be good for even trimming briskets if it's a flexible blade.
I like using it more than I do my boning knife for briskets, butts, any of that.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and barely even smell that it's fish.
Wow, yeah, it doesn't have that fishy smell.
No.
That's wild.
This was harvested, cleaned on the boat, and then I packaged it the next day and froze it. Nice little bath, nice little swim, in and out. Gets everything off that we don't want. Trim off any excess red meat. All right, there we go. And then what we're gonna do is just come in and take out anything that's red. That's just not really the dark meat, just the bloodlines and.
Oh, okay.
Down in there.
You can really see the change in color across there.
Big time. And then just shave it off and take your time like you know you're trimming anything else. This is a $40 a pound sushi grade.
Oh wow.
So yeah, if you got some soy, down the hatch, man. I'm a cooked fish guy though. I really like my fish cooked. And that's why I love this fish, is it's so versatile. You can do so much with it. It's really good if you just put like a sear on it, cook it rare. Just as fantastic. Super high in omega-3 fats, which great for inflammation, even proven to put you in a better mood. How can you be in a bad mood eating yellowtail?
Yeah. I mean, I take a fish oil pill. daily. So it's just like
Yeah.
cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, and it's really wild. We catch these 100 miles out in the Pacific, and when we're coming back is when the guys are actually filleting them. And so it's wild just to see the ocean rolling and then put these giant, fish up, and they're just
Going with the waves, they're just used to
Yep,
it.
no biggie. All right, we're prepped and beautiful. Olive oil for binder, season away.
We're gonna make a green salsa for the tacos. We're gonna chop up everything and we'll give them a nice char. So I'm gonna go turn the Z grills on, get it up to 250, and then we'll get these prepped and ready to throw on there. So the propane is out, so we'll use the charcoal to
Yeah,
fry up those veggies.
that's what you want. Give it the char. Oh man, this is I love the green sauce. Yeah, I got this recipe from a buddy who has a barbecue place in Texas.
Okay.
And first time I had it was so good, my pants, literally. Oh crap, we're filming.
I cut out some of the.
Yeah, you better edit that one.
All right, we got the smoker fired up. It is warming up to about 250 to throw the fish on. The Monument was out of propane, so we're just going to use the Weber kettle. I got a charcoal going, got the Good Charcoal Company in there fired up. We're just gonna give these veggies a sear on there, but we're gonna get them cut up, ready to go.
Yeah, they have like a protective skin,
Okay, yeah, I've never used these or made anything with them.
and then it's kind of got like a tacky, weird.
Yeah, a little sticky.
Yeah.
I've never made a green salsa, but this is a recipe he got from a guy that owns a barbecue shop, so.
Firebird.
Firebird.
Man, rain farted, yeah.
In Texas?
Yeah, Firebird Barbecue in Texas had this. It was totally amazing. I said, "What's in it?" He yelled it to me over the counter and was like, the way barbecue people are, like, yeah, it's cooked with oak and fire. Go ahead and try.
Exactly. It seems pretty simple. You got the tomatillo.
Yeah.
You got the green little guys here.
However,
jalapenos.
Timoteos, yeah, some peño, jalapenos, poblano, cilantro, lime. So these bad boys, what we're gonna do is basically just cut in half.
And then we're gonna give these guys a char on the grill.
All right, so on these, I'm kind of a seeds out on most. But I like to leave them,
Just a few seeds.
Yeah, if they happen to get in, it's
Chop
not.
them, take the ends off, chop them in half, get a few seeds out of there.
Yep. But we want to do these whole first.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna throw them on.
Yeah. Whole, and then we'll do it. That one's good. Yeah. The extra stem off helps get smoke flavor on the inside. And then we'll throw all these on, get all that happy and charred, and then we're ready for the next step.
Perfect. For the fish,
That's going. Yep.
we're gonna be using the inkbird. They sent me these, their new 4 probe with the built-in screen, but it's also hooked to my phone, so you can, and it's hooked to the Wi-Fi, so I can go to the gym, I can go get a tattoo and check my meat while it's cooking the entire time from these guys hooked to the Wi-Fi.
And all 4 are controlled separate with separate temps.
Yep, you can set them all to separate temps. They also do the internal temp of the grill and then also the meat, so you can check if your grill's cooking where it should be.
Which is super important when you're cooking different size pieces of fish. Obviously, like the longer loins versus the shorter belly meat, it's different fat content, different things are gonna cook slightly different. And if you overcook this fish at all, if it gets anywhere near 145, it's ruined. It just is no good.
Dry it out. Just like chicken, you go over that 165 and it's just instantly dry.
Yeah.
I always pull mine early just so I can make sure that thing's juicy. You aren't gonna get sick.
Yep, we're gonna be shooting for a 135 on these bad boys.
Okay, perfect.
So that's the sweet spot.
Awesome. It's something I've always wanted to do because we go to Florida quite a bit and they have those deep sea fishing excursions.
Yeah.
Just never got the chance.
Yeah, it's just fun. We go out. It's 2-day trips, sleeping out on the boat.
Oh wow.
15 to 28 people, depending on the 2 different boats I go out on. This was caught on the Tornado out of Pier Point Landing in Long Beach, California. I think there was like 25 people on the boat. It's a great trip. I do that one once a year. It's a whole lot of fun.
That's a pretty massive boat, like 25 people
Yeah.
all sleep on it for 2 days.
And it's a full galley. You want lunch, you want breakfast, you want to eat at a different time. The chefs in there that are ready to cook for you. If you want a beer, a soda, you go over to the refrigerator and pull it out. The bathrooms are real bathrooms. You sleep in a bunk. It's a lot of fun. And so it goes, you you've heard of Catalina from Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Catalina, right?
Catalina wine mixer.
So there's Catalina, which is gorgeous to fish off of, but then off of Catalina, the next island is San Clemente Island, and that is even more like if you wake up there and you look, and it looks like Greece.
Oh.
It looks like the Mediterranean. The water color is totally different. It goes right up to cliffs. The water goes right up to cliffs that just go straight up, and you see eagles flying around. And we'll go from fishing that grounds to then heading out 100 miles out to either the Cortez Bank or the Tanner Bank, and that's like the two areas where in the middle of the ocean, it's deep as can be. There's absolutely nothing. And those two areas have these humps where the sand for some reason has eroded and pushed up. That creates other bait fish to have a spot to feel safe, which is just then the feeding grounds.
So you get that to take out and catch your big fish with?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So for these fish, before we throw them on, we got this Pike Pier Classic Rub. They're from, where was it?
This was Seattle?
Seattle, where you see them in the fish market. They're chucking those giant fish.
The
and
fish
stuff.
throwers.
Yeah, they have their seasoning, and he was saying he used it all the time, so I had to go get some.
It's the
So
best.
we're gonna be throwing this on the fish. The smoker's almost ready to go, so we could probably get these guys prepped, ready to throw on, and then these guys will be ready to char.
Sounds good.
All right, so we doing this on all of them?
All of them, absolutely.
All right, I'm excited to try this. Oh, it smells fantastic. Oh, you said
Yeah, a little olive oil.
Olive oil bath. You know, I've had a lot of people ask me to do fish on the channel. It's never been a huge priority on ours, because we've never been really big fish people.
Yeah.
But we've never had, fresh caught fish. It's always just been store-bought.
Well,
or
it's
just,
not, this isn't obtainable by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or at least they don't think it is. Surprisingly, the fishing trips in California aren't near as expensive as you would think, at least in my opinion. 2-day trip runs around $450.
Does that
you
include your meals? And
include your meals, you're staying on the boat, the whole shebang. The only thing that costs extra is if you're drinking alcohol on the boat.
that makes sense.
So in my opinion, you can't really get a hotel almost anywhere for,
Especially California.
yeah, for 2 nights for $450 including meals. So they clean the fish for you. I package this all up, freeze it the night before, and then pack it on the plane, and it goes on as one of my carry-ons.
Yeah, that's way more reasonable than I was expecting. You go pretty light with this, little.
I always say season to taste, and I like season.
And we're gonna be chopping her up.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, this stuff smells amazing. It's wild how you don't have that fishy smell like you said. This stuff.
At all.
There's
No.
not a fish smell at all.
And that's the key when you get fresh fish and you handle it properly, you wash it properly, you freeze it properly, and that's what it should be. It shouldn't. If you open it up and it smells fishy, then there's something wrong.
Something wrong with it. So the awesome thing is we got 4 cuts of meat.
So let's do this. We're going to go to 135, but let's do one a little bit more medium rare. Let's
Okay.
take one to 125.
These guys are actually pretty short.
Yeah.
Try to get it right in the middle. Nice little numbers on them so you can tell which are which. So we're getting instant readings right now. 55. These 2 thinner ones, or these 2 smaller pieces, both shown in the 55 range. These longer ones shown in the 60 range. And then you just kick your app out. So on my app, it has the probes all right there online. I already got instantly the temperatures. Probe 1 and 2, we're gonna set the internal 70 to target for. They have preset options, which we'll pick one just for fun right now, and then we'll change it how we want it.
So does it have like a tuna steak on there? It's not probably going to have a yellowtail, but if it does have like a fish steak, that's going to be the.
Well, they got like halibut, salmon, shrimp, lobster, shellfish.
Go to salmon.
They have it set at well done.
Nope.
But what we'll do is you can custom it and then take it down.
So that 145. This is I want to reiterate on this. That's typically when fish is cooked.
Yeah.
That's like your target temp, that you're going to aim for when cooking most fish. This is sushi grade. We can start cutting this up right now and dive in. And if we hit 145 on this, we're toast.
And the thing you also have to remember, these apps, they're gonna tell you what is the safest temperature to eat at. Because if they tell you to eat this at 130 and someone gets sick and they go, well, the app told me, they can get in trouble. So they're gonna have everything higher than you probably need. But if you have good meat, you can cook it lower.
Yeah.
So for one award, we're gonna take this one off, you said?
Which number are we on here?
We're on number 1.
Number 1, let's do 125.
All right, 125.
And then on the rest of them, let's set to 135.
All right.
And we'll try one a little bit more medium, a little more medium rare.
All right, so 140, you say 135?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of probe thermometers from a lot of big names, and these inkbirds have been the easiest to use so far with the connection of how fast they connected to my phone, how easy it was to set up.
It seems very user-friendly.
It is. I won't name names, but one that I promoted multiple times before, it would take so long to get stuff set up. Either the controller would have updates, the sticks would have updates, just nothing connected easily. And this, as soon as I plugged it in, there was no updates. It was just ready to roll. So now we got all those ready. Now we'll check and see if the Z Grills is ready up to temp, and then we'll get these thrown on. Then we'll char the veggies. These are looking amazing, smelling amazing. Z Grills is ready. Gonna toss these guys on. They're gonna go pretty quick. Toss these down face down.
Yeah, they're gonna go both. We're gonna get a char on both sides of them. So yeah, I'll face down on those.
So go ahead and wrap it now.
Yeah, you want to get it. Throw some saran wrap on that. Drop it gets into the mouth.
All right, we just pulled these guys off. Look at them, they're looking amazing. Can't wait. In my mind, I'm always thinking it's gonna take so long to smoke. So I'm sitting there washing dishes. He's like, "Hey, what's the temps?" I'm like, "Oh shoot, we better go check them." And they were about done. So I was just gonna put some foil on and keep them warm while we prep the salsa up. And then it's gonna be time for some tacos.
Sounds good. Everything goes in there, chop it up, but we need to remove all this char from the poblano. We don't want that in there.
The char from the tomatillos are good in there?
It's beautiful.
All right.
Everything else is going to go in whole, but we're going to want to make sure that we take all the char off of this because it definitely turns it bitter.
Okay. Those in there. And the jalapenos, cut them up, de-seed.
You know, I like to leave maybe the seeds in one, throw one in whole, maybe de-seed the other. That way we don't totally light ourselves up. But we want a little something there to give it a...
All right, we'll leave this guy seeded up, so we'll toss him in full.
You can see this just strips right off.
Oh, cool.
Love poblano peppers. Such good flavor, not spicy.
Yeah, you're just getting the taste.
Getting a good taste without the heat.
Cilantro.
And then this bad boy, we are gonna take the head off and lose all these seeds. They don't give us any benefit.
Throwing in this whole mouth cilantro, half of it.
Yep, all we did is just cut the stems off of it, but we want all that in there. That bad boy. See, now the limes.
We're just juicing some of these bad boys in here.
That's what we're doing. We're just juicing them in there, and I'm gonna use maybe 3. How much juice they're yielding. You can always throw in a lemon in it too, at times maybe a half a cup of water to help loosen it, but I always try to do it with just the juices first.
Yeah. Now what I hadn't mentioned yet, if this video gets 500 likes, I'm going back to Marceau and he's gonna tattoo a fish on me. I don't know what fish or what it'd be. I think I'd leave it up to him. You know,
it'll be this yellowtail.
In the artist's hands.
But it'll be the picture of me holding it up. Smiling.
Gonna do a whole portrait of himself with that one tiny fish.
All right, let's blend that and see what it looks like. Also, you know, a little bit of salt.
Oh, gorgeous. That's really good. Citrusy from the lime and stuff, but has just a little bit of heat. Great flavor. That's gonna be amazing on tacos. All right, so this number one's the one we cooked a little bit less. They all came out pretty close. We want to just eat that one. Just try it out.
Yeah, go ahead and take a fork and see how it breaks open there.
Take a piece off like that.
So,
That is so good. No fishy taste as people complain about fish.
Moist, flavorful.
That is fantastic.
The seasoning adheres to the fish to like
Really well.
it complements each other. It's that tenderness of it. If we go 5 degrees, 7 degrees more, we lose all of that.
Yeah.
You know, first time I made this, cooked it to like 148, 150, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most
What
disgusting
happened?
fish in the ocean. I'm never gonna. All right, taco.
I think we're ready to taco this up.
Absolutely.
Got this nice little taco stand here. Keep them all organized. Got the corn tortilla shells. I've never been a huge corn guy, but for California style fish tacos, you have to
It's
have
the way it goes.
dice it up, chop it up. a little.
Basically, chunks, yeah.
Just chunk it up.
Chunk it up.
Oh, it's just falling apart. This so people can see. Just coming apart. It's just so tender. Like, you know,
Just need a fork in it, yeah.
you can just tear this into what you need for your tacos. That's amazing.
Just break off.
Yeah, just like
It's
that.
nice, beautiful, all white meat.
Beautiful. Throw some in these tacos. All right, now we got the green salsa, some cabbage, some cilantro thrown, and some it's not cotija, it's queso fresco.
Just as good. I like to control the whole process, whether, you know, I build the fishing rod that I catch and I tie all my knots.
Wow.
That it takes to catch these fish. We take, you know, a reel that's like the size of your fist, and then we've got braided line that we tie then to a top shot of monofilament, because that has some stretch because this fish pulls.
Yeah.
Then that monofilament is then tied to a fluorocarbon bite leader to make it invisible, to then have the jig or the hook at the end, whichever way. I'm a jig fisherman. Caught this guy on a 100-gram Daiwa jig. But when you got 3 knots all tied together, that's a lot of like trust into what you're doing.
You know, if something fails, you can't blame anybody. Like, well,
Yeah, you're like,
That was my fault.
I didn't spit on my knot. I think that was it.
That
No,
was the
you just
problem.
tied it wrong, you jerk. Yeah, so I like to control the whole process. Build the rod, tie the knots, cook the fish, clean it. And cheers.
that salsa with that fish,
Makes it.
that's amazing. That is so good. It's definitely the best fish I've ever had. Best fish tacos. I've been ordering those more recently when I go to restaurants to try something new, but nothing compares to that.
No.
And just eating that by itself. Last time we went to Destin, went to a bunch of different restaurants like right on the water. I feel like none of the fish I got was as good as that.
No. No. Oh, that's good. Oh, and there's the heat from the.
Yeah, a little bit of heat, but I feel like these are gonna go great with it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Perfect compliment. That is one of my favorite cooks we've done. That is so good. Thanks so much for coming out and doing this.
Listen, I respect this fish a lot. So like I told you, for me, if someone's gonna respect it and cook it the right way and treat it that way, that's what's important to me.
Yeah.
I go out there, I've done a 2-day trip before, and I've caught my limits within 2 hours of fishing.
Wow.
And been like, well, what do I do now but just enjoy the beauty of everything else? And I'll keep fishing and I'll do catch and release, or I'll give them to some of the other guys there. But the important thing is you don't take more than you can eat.
Yeah.
You know, when I go on these trips, I know how much my cooler can fit. And so that's basically, you know, a lot of times I'll reach my cooler limit before I'll reach my California fish and game limit. And so I'll know, like, I can't take any more, or I can't, you know, fish. But I really respect this fish, and it's good that I can enjoy it with friends.
All right, everyone, so make sure you like the video. You got to share it out, because if it gets 500 likes, I'm going back, and if you'll let me, I'm going to film him tattooing a fish on me. So we got to get to 500 likes so you can see that. Thank you so much for bringing this fish out, man. It was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And if anyone needs a tattoo in Tulsa, Anchor and Rose, they are awesome. Their whole shop's awesome. They have tons of talented artists. They are just great at what they do, great vibes, great people. Can't go wrong.
And if you want to see my adventures of me catching these fish. My Instagram is Mars Fishing.
Yep, he's gonna be posting lots of stuff on there for fishing stuff. So I'll link that down below also, so you can just click on over there and start following him. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Cheers. We got another taco.
Yeah, I'm going.